Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Homayoon TV. Today I'm gonna teach you how to create a non-metric or spatial notation in Sibelius. So enjoy. All right, so let's get to it. So we're gonna make something that looks like this, and I'm gonna explain certain things along the way that they might come, like problems or different things. So normally we would just go to a new project, or if you have already a project that you want to do, but just for the sake of this video, we're gonna go with a string quartet. Okay. So imagine like what I did in the other score that I showed you before. You have a note here, so you have this G, and first we want to make this long line that represents the, somehow the time and space situation here. So we don't want to have it metric with the bars or a tempo meter or anything. So first thing we want to do is to get rid of the sense of the time here, the sense of the timing, the traditional sense of timing. Well, you can do it in two ways. First, you can go to, one of the ways is to go to type and then make it stemless, or you can also use the shortcut here, which it makes it way easier. So you can just do this, and you can do the other ones as well with the other numbers. So it's like Command Shift and H. Yeah, Command Shift and 8. Yeah. So the next thing we want to do is to choose the line here. As you can see, you can just normally put it here, and sometimes you have this if you have a new project. It doesn't really go together, and it's called the magnetic layout, so you just need to turn it off. And when you turn it off, you can easily move it. And well, what you're going to notice is that the size of this is a little bit small, and in many notations that are already out there, published or not published in any way, you will see they have these endings that it means the note will finish here by this time. So how we're going to make that is we're just going to remove this for now. We will open this option right here, which gives you the full dictionary of the lines in Sibelius. So we're going to use this line, or it's called a slide here, but line or whatever straight line that you want, whatever is closer to the thing that you want to do. You can also do it with the line. So make sure you don't do edit, because if you do edit, it will replace the picture that's already there. So we don't want to do the edit. We just want to go to new. So we press new, and then the new button here will make a new line based on whatever it was before. So it makes the job a little bit easier. See, as you can see, it's here. So we're gonna rename it to whatever we want, like metric for now. And well, these options here are pretty simple and straightforward. You can add symbols here, so it will add a symbol here, or a cap. You can put a hook, arrow, or whatever you want. So it's pretty neat and pretty useful. And well, I'm gonna do a tutorial later for you guys to make your own symbols. So you can just put it here and select it and put it in the start. But what we're gonna do now is that to go to the end here in the symbol, and select a line that it would work for us. So let's see. Oh yeah, I think this one is good. Okay. And I think we needed it to be a little bit thicker, this line. So the width here, we put it on 40. I think it should be good. I mean, you're not going to see it change here. You have to change something else. It's like a, whoop. Well, yeah. See, it's like a little bug or some feature that wasn't looked through. So, and then we click OK, and then it's here. And when we want to use it, you can press L also to open the lines. We just go here. Yep, here it is, line 2 metric. Well, piece of cake. But the problem is that sometimes when you put these symbols, the handle is gone. So you just have to kind of make it longer, like you put it wherever you want. So we want to put it here, for example. And you just grab it back, okay? And then see, the magnetic layout is per object, so you need to do it again. We turn it off, and we just put it back. Oop. Okay, so that's it, right? Next thing you want to do, well, actually, we should have done this in the beginning. Well, usually the pieces with non-metric notation, they have a senza misura here, so you can also write it with a normal text or whatever you like, or you can write an X here. Well, writing is probably easy, but I'm gonna show you guys how to do the text here. So we're gonna go, we're gonna just do a plain text, okay, and then we put an X here. This is one of the ways I saw in some books that they put a 0 or just whatever you wish. And then, well, of course, you need to make it larger and copy paste it through all of them. And the reason I said it would have been nice if it was earlier, it was that there sometimes the problem like this will occur. So you just have to select it normally and press X and fine tune it a bit, maybe if you need to, and also moving the note ahead. So just for the sake of time, I'm not gonna do fine tuning here, but you get the point here, right? So you just have to grab it and move these around until you get the distance that you want. All right, so, well, yeah, sometimes stuff like this happens, but the thing is that we're not gonna even use these rests, because as you can see, it should be a whole note rest, but here is not, because the system is getting it as a note here, as a pitch or whatever. So you can delete it later, but I will tell you a little bit ahead. Well, next thing we want to do is to use another software to make more difficult stuff, like graphic notation and you know, more customized stuff based on your score. And I really suggest that you compose your score first, and then maybe you do it on a piece of paper, and then you come here to just make the notation out of it, because this is based on length, right? So if you're composing and then you have a space or you have a moment that there are a lot of stuff happening, then you need to really go back and stretch the other parts as well, because then it won't show, because it's all about the distance. Well, you'll see what I'm talking later. So we're gonna do is first to write something again like the one that I did. So let's make something just very easy, right? So something like this. And the next thing we want to do is to export the graphic. Now there are two ways to export the graphics. One is to, where is this select tool here? Oh yeah, so one is that you can just select something, which you can just select a passage if you want to export it. I mean, if you're making like a booklet or whatever, like a workbook, you can just do this and then go here to export it. But the thing that I suggest is that you don't do any selections at all. So you just go to export, you go to graphics, and then here you select scalable vector graphic, and I'll tell you later why. Well, sorry, for this one actually we're gonna do PNG, so portable network graphics, and then dots per inch. This is the quality, which is good. And then select where you want to paste it, and we're gonna go to Homayoon TV. So we're gonna just paste it right here. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but we're gonna do it TV export. Oop. And the V here, just for the sake of the name, right? And choose and HTV and export. So now we have a simple image file. Well, actually, we're gonna just go to grab it. And let's see. And well, about Gravit, you can use any vector-based graphic software, graphic editing software, but well, the good thing is that Gravit is free and is really easy to use. And if you want to get like the better features, you can just go for the paid version, but I use the free version and it works really good. So what we want to do is to just open an A4, like a normal template, as you can see here, and we want to import our project. So we're going to import here, place image, and as you can see, I'm already in the folder here. Well, if not, you just have to find it, and this is the file. I'm just going to do a preview for you as well. So this is what we did, right? So, and this is the exact, like the ratio is the exact of what it was. So we don't want to change it. So you just click on it, and then you come here to the left, and you can see this lock here, because you're going to have multiple layers here. We're going to lock this layer, so whatever we do, it doesn't change anything here, okay? Next thing we want to do is to add a layer, and when you compose something here, when you create something here, it will automatically add a layer, so we don't need to do it like extra. So, and let's see, let's get the hand tool. Okay, so the easy part and the cool part actually. So you have this freehand tool here, and cool thing is that you can do things like this, and you just draw, right? Super easy. And you have some options here, whatever you want to do. I mean, just for the sake of the tutorial here, I'll just make some things. Maybe it's not even useful, but maybe it's not even useful, but yeah, or maybe it is, you know. So just check the settings, whatever you wish. So I just made it a bit more thicker here, and there was a tool which I don't know where it is. Let's see, which I wanted, where it is. Oh well, apparently it's not here for this. Yeah, so, and then also you have these options that if you change it, you can just close the loop or whatever. But anyway, this is the thing that we wanted to make, and then after that we just go to create export. So this is the line. Oh, what is this one? There's another one here. Okay, this is the line that we want to export. So we go to make exportable, right? And this is the layer that we want. Okay, make sure it's selected here, and you just go to the this is the part that you should press. You should select SVG, because we need the format to be vector based, because if we resize it, then the quality is not going to go down. The computer is going to rebuild the data based on what you're resizing. So we just export, and it's an HTV. So now we're gonna put custom slur. Okay, now here. So we're gonna do now is to find the graphic import tool. Sometimes I forget, this is really complicated every now and then. Yep. So here it is. Whoop. One more time. Okay, so there was a bug right there, and I don't know what happened, but yeah, I just restarted the program, and hopefully it will work now. So sorry for that. Custom slur. Okay, that's it. And as you can see, it's bigger. But what we're gonna do now is to just press Shift and resize. If you don't press Shift, then the other aspects will change. See, and see the quality. If this was just a normal file like a PNG or any other like a JPEG file, it wouldn't be like this. It would be all like pixely. So we just put it where it should be. We just find the correct spot, right? Okay. Well, we could have done this before, but it really doesn't matter. So again, we need to remove the stems, right? So Command Shift and 8, that will do it. Next thing we want to do is to make the box with the spiky lines in it. And again, we have the file right here. And the reason that I said that it's better to export the whole thing is that you don't need to just go and come back, and this is just easy. And with also you can see complete ratios here. And of course you can do whatever you want. Let's just add a polygon here. And well, you need to do a little bit of editing here. So we don't want any fills, but we want to add borders. Yeah, so it already has the borders here. And let's just put it here. I mean, imagine you want to write something special, or like you see every now and then in some scores. And then you have the freehand, right? Or you can also use the other tools, which gives you more direct lines, and also you can edit them in between as well, whatever you want to do. See, you can also do curves. And when you have more layers, see, this is 1, and you can see here it's selected, this is 2, and this is 3. It's better to just select them, so you just hold shift and select the last one, or you can just do it with control, actually command. So we're going to group them because we're going to export them together. So we group them, and then we go to make export, whoop, group, sorry, we just add export, we select SVG, and we do an export here. So we call it multiple, just multi is okay for now. Right, and then we go back to our score. All right, and then we just select graphic again, and we select multi, we just bring it here, we do a resize, and we put it wherever you want it to, and then imagine you want to have the same line there, so you just easily go and select it. So there are a bunch of things we need to do for the end. First is to select all the rests. I really suggest that you do this at the end of your project, because first that it will show you the things that you you have a view of the things that you want to do, right? So you have these boxes, and then but if you delete them, it's a bit confusing for later, so keep them. And now there are 2 options which you can do, both of them involving selecting everything. Well, if it's really free, then you can just go to the bar line and do tick. Oh, sorry. Well, if it's really free, you do invisible, so then it's invisible. And then, well, you can see in mine, you have these layers here, but then that's because it's showing the hidden objects. If you want, you can remove them by holding Option, Shift, and H. So you can just give it back like this. And let's go back to the way it was. And then if you want to have it with ticks, so for example, if you have certain timelines in your mind, like seconds or whatever you wish to do, you can just also use a bracket. So you can say, okay, I'm use this bracket to this bracket is 5 seconds, and usually they put it in the beginning. So and then you put a time marker here that it shows, okay, these are the seconds that it should be done. So then you have to be careful with the distance of each one. See, these are a bit bigger than this, so this might be a bit confusing. So I would suggest you put this one to the next system. So you can just do it here, or you can do it with a shortcut. Whoop. So you just select it like this, okay? And now that we're here, just the last thing that we want to do is to remove the rests. Well, of course, you can do them manually. You can just hide them or delete them or whatever you want to do. But the easiest way is to just select the whole system or passage or whole thing, whatever you want to select. And then you go to the filters, which you can also search it here, the normal filters, and then you select rests. And then either you delete them or you hide them like this. And there you have the score that you wanted to make. Of course, well, not this, but anyway. So If you have any questions or comments, please do leave them in the comment section, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and see you later and take care. Bye bye.